Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook Wreck-It Ralph in 4K. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share with your friends. Any help you can give me would be much appreciated. So yes, Wreck-It Ralph, the original in 4K, Best Buy exclusive Steelbook here. So we have Wreck-It Ralph 2 that's coming in theaters in just a few short weeks. So, of course, Disney takes this opportunity, as they did with The Incredibles, to release the first version just before theaters, to get people excited, fresh, amped, all that other stuff. Wreck-It Ralph is easily in my top 5 Disney movies. I love this movie so much. I think it's one of those... It definitely hits the nostalgic factor. You have the whole arcade thing, and there's so many great games and characters and references. If you're a gamer, especially if you grew up in the 80s, this is like a feast for the eyes. There's just so many references, Easter eggs, that kind of thing, and it has a very touching story as well. I have a personal emotional attachment to this. I don't really want to get into it, but it makes me feel like, just visiting my childhood and all those sorts of things. It's such a great movie with a stellar voice cast. I'm really excited for the sequel. I can't wait for it. And so, yeah, so for a couple years now, of course, I've had the 3D version in my collection, still have it. And this actually is my preferred way to view it. It's a wonderful 3D picture. I think one of the better Disney animated ones there is. I do go back to the 2D every once in a while, so I was anxious to try out the 4K to see if it was a worthy upgrade and if it changed my mind. Did it make me want to go back to 2D more, or do I still feel that way? To talk about the disc, well, first off, let me just show off the Steelbook a little bit. There we go. There's the back cover. I love the back part of the cover. It's just old style slots and stuff like that, and then of course on the inside you have that. Now as far as picture quality goes, I found it to be very good improvement over the 2D Blu-ray disc released years ago. It is sharper imagery. The picture is really, it jumps out at you in a lot of ways. The HDR almost works overtime on certain areas of the picture. You get, especially if you really want an example of this, check out the initial Hero's Duty scene. That is just the level of detail and color. A lot of the greens and the blue blacks, they just look so good. Something that cannot be replicated with a standard Blu-ray image. It's never looked as good as it did here. And there are a lot of instances in the movie that highlight that. Of course, Sugar Rush is one of those things. If you look at the track, whenever the racers are on it, it's just, you can see almost like the individual crystals. The detail is amazing in this. It looks so good. And the movie itself is only, it's a little over 5 years old, but it's a great looking picture. It is well worth the upgrade. It's very, very, when you're looking at the picture, it's almost like candy. It's very eye candy-ish. And it looks so good. I can't say enough about it. As for the audio actually has a nice punchy Dolby Atmos track. I know the original had a DTS, I believe. It was a DTS 7.1, and that was a very good track. I felt this one was definitely an improvement, which, when it comes to the Disney ones, they can be hit or miss. Mostly miss lately. They're a little bit subdued. I was not running into that problem whatsoever. Whoever mastered this one did a great job. I felt it was more immersive than the previous soundtrack. It hits you. It hits you. I did feel like the LFE was better than most of the Disney ones and Marvel and so forth. But it's still a little subdued, but that might just be the nature of the film itself. It doesn't call for a real boomy kind of LFE signal. Now, the Atmos, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very immersive. I noticed almost right away especially during the hero's duty scene at the beginning, how strong it was. It was very, very strong. It had a lot of depth. It just felt really good. Yeah, so overall, I think it's absolutely worth an upgrade, especially considering the sequel coming out. So if you didn't get your hand, if you only have your Blu-ray, I would recommend it an upgrade. Absolutely, it's that good. Now, did it change my mind about the preferred viewing? I would say no. Not as any knock towards the 4K whatsoever. In fact, the 3D is just, it's a tough customer. Yes, you're not going to get as rich of a color as you would in a 4K, but Wreck-It Ralph, the original, is definitely one of those movies where I would probably just do like an alternate viewing. Every alternate viewing would be one 3D and then go back to the 4K. I still prefer the 3D experience overall in this case. It's not knocking it at all. As I said, it's a very good picture, but something about just the immersive world that you're plunged into. If I could somehow port this soundtrack over to the 3D, you know, it would be something else. But, you know, considering how 3D has not really, you know, it's kind of, I don't want to say dying, but it's not as prominent in the United States as anymore. You definitely, you know, you can't go wrong with the 4K, but the 3D, I think I would still do an alternate viewing on, you know, I would just go boom, boom, boom. And, you know, when Wreck-It Ralph 2 comes, I'm going to have to see that in 3D as well. And if I have to, I'll import it from the UK or something to get that disc. But yeah, overall, Wreck-It Ralph 4K looks great. I am very happy with the results. It's a love letter to the 80s, especially if you're a gamer. If you're like me and you love that kind of stuff, you're going to fall right in and be right at home. I highly recommend an upgrade. You know, don't let the price scare you. Get it, because even the slipcover edition is a nice little slipcover to it. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for Wreck-It Ralph on 4K. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.